Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we're back. I know people have been without us for 2 weeks, and now we're back. I started a minute early. I was just sick of waiting. But that's okay. Just so you know, this week we're going to talk about all the happenings that took place, a little bit of amusement park news and stuff, and tonight we get a 28-minute video of all the stuff that went on. It could have been a lot longer. I could have put a 2 or 3 hour video together, but that's for another day. But we'll get into all the cool stuff that had happened. But this week we will, have a better. Well, this week's going to be a good show, I think. So around 9:30 we'll pop the video, and we'll see what happens. You guys are having the chit-chat of your own going on in the chat today. All the different things you guys are talking about. I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. We're here to discuss, talk, and enjoy. Let's get that down. We know that's working. Yeah, we're going to actually talk about that Dollywood announcement that you're talking about. So let's get into the news, and then we'll start chit-chatting and stuff, and then we'll get to the video and all that. So anyway, here's this hat will be explained shortly. This hat will be explained, and you will see why in the video as well, too. That's why I'm wearing the hat. Anyway, I should have got the other thing, too. But that's okay. Woo! Anyway, so there was a rumor floating around. I've been seeing it, not just on Screamscape, all over the place. I guess this thing's starting to catch some fire. There is a major park, they haven't said who, they don't know who yet, is buying up land in Florida. And the two people that are supposedly going to be buying and building a brand new park in Florida is either going to be Cedar Fair or Six Flags. It looks like, if it is Six Flags, it looks like it's going to be an international investor to give him the big bucks, because we all know in today's world, and I don't know why, but people are not really investing in new parks in the United States. They're all going overseas. I guess all the money is over there and not here. I have no idea, but that's what's going on. That's the only tidbit of news I have. I mean, either way, as long as they do it right, it's gonna. Yeah, that's honestly what's going on. Somebody, and they're not dropping the knowledge yet, but somebody is buying up land in Florida to build, to kind of throw their hat into the mix. And they were saying and they were focusing more on Six Flags, and the reason why is, you look at the article that I read says that in Florida, with all the big parks, Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, and all that, all together, just in Florida, there's 85 million visitors that come in. And they're all high-priced tickets compared to what Six Flags will charge you. So they're saying it's probably most likely Cedar Fair or Six Flags, because they can charge a hell of a lot less and get a lot more people in the door. And the reason for that is the locals will eat that up, while all of us that are from this area that don't live around Florida are going to SeaWorld, we're going to Universal, we're going to Disney, we're going all over the place. So if you have a bunch of if you have a legit amusement park that's not like a theme park, like a Universal or a Six Flags, or a Disney, something that's actually themed really well. You have places like Fun Spot that do all right. I mean, they're not in the millions of visitors, but they do all right. But if you put a Six Flags into the mix, or even a Cedar Fair park into the mix, you could be definitely. They can get. I guess their claim to it is that they can draw more in with the cheaper ticket. That's what they're claiming. So that's what that is. Everybody knows by now, Dreamworld, horrible accident, killed 4 people on their Rapids ride. It basically bumped and hit and flipped over and killed 4 people. I didn't really go into much of it. I try to keep as much negative as I can, unless I'm really angry, as you can tell. on certain things. I try to keep as much negative out of this as possible. With all the accidents going on and all the stuff going on, trying to keep that part out of it. I know it's part of the hobby. It's part of the world. It's part of the fun. Sometimes some people get hurt, and I'm trying to keep that as much out of it as possible without really going into it. Well, Cedar Fair is more expensive in terms. Their passes are more expensive. The daily prices for both of them are about the same. I don't think either one is either better than the other, honestly. One thing that I do like Cedar Fair does better that Six Flags doesn't is the way they check the restraints. Cedar Fair pulls up, Six Flags pushes down and staples you the hell in. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's in here too. That's the next actually thing. Lightning rod being closed again. So they're having issues again, probably with the launch system again. So nobody knows when that's going to open. And you know how they do the Ace event, the Smoky Mountain Christmas Fest thing, whatever. They're also going to be doing the other Smoky Mountain Fest, Coaster Fest, merged together so everybody that belongs to a coaster group can go to this event. And it even says you're either going to get Lightning Rod or you're going to get something else in its spot. So this way you go... going into it, if you're going to the event, keep in mind, Lightning Rod may not be open. It could be, but it may not be open. But also at Dollywood, yesterday they announced 2 more rides. So there's going to be Drop Line, which is a drop tower over 200 feet. It's going to be installed in the Timbertown area. So that's going to be what's going there. They're also putting in a junior coaster called Whistle Punk Chaser. I have no idea where that's going. But that's what's going. So they announced 2 more things on top of the water ride that they're getting for next year. So they're going to have 3 new rides next year. That's excellent. I mean, for those that haven't been to Dollywood, and you know me, I try not to really talk up parks and try to blow smoke up people's butts about what parks are awesome, what parks suck. It's all based on what you guys like. But for me, Dollywood is definitely, what do you call it? It's one of the better parks that I like. Like that, Knoebels, Kennywood. Those are the places that I really, really must go to places. I try not to go all the time, but they're places that you definitely need to check out for yourself and see what I'm talking about. Especially Dollywood, with the food, the entertainment, how the queue lines are, the ride, the safety, how fast the lines move. They're checking fast. And I believe there is a good reason why Dollywood, wins a lot of awards and is considered one of those like holy grail parks. Now we'll take Six Flags and Cedar Fair as the example versus Dollywood. They, to keep the stockholders happy making money, they hire cheap labor. They don't pay well, and they hire nothing but kids. Let's face it, that's what Six Flags does. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong or right about that, but that's just how they operate. When you go to Dollywood, for the most part, people operating the rides, you will not find a kid operating the ride. You won't find a kid checking the restraints. You don't find a kid, for the most part, hitting the buttons. When I go to Thunderhead, it's all people older than me. And they do a hell of a job. You go to Blazing Fury, same thing. I've seen Tennessee Tornado, same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and here's the problem. You want to know why the operations really are slow and crappy at most of these parks, especially the big corporate ones that the chains. They hire kids. Kids don't care. They're there to get a paycheck. They're there to make friends. They're there to talk. They're not there. They don't take... Kids today do not take pride in their work. They don't care. They just want to put a few dollars in their pocket so they can go out with their friends to the movies or drinking or whatever they want to do. Or maybe go to the next park or come back to the park. They don't care. No, I don't know very many people that work at kids. I'm not talking about the adults. I'm talking about the kids. Because the adults have a passion for it. If you talk to someone like, I'll give you an example. Somebody who has a lot of passion for amusement parks, talk to Kyle Kroger at Six Flags New England. And for those of you that do not know where he came from and how he got to where he is, he started out with a fan site for Six Flags Great America. And then, did his thing and then eventually started working for Six Flags. That's his thing. He has a passion for rides. He loves rides. And, he's not a 15-year-old, 16, however old, 20-year-old kid operating a ride. He actually has a legit passion for the parks like we do. You need people like that, but operating the rides, even picking up the trash, cooking the food, operating, fixing the ride, everything, entertainment. You need people that are passionate. You cannot have kids that just don't care. That's why if you go, kids can do restraints, but kids don't care. They're still mopey and slow. That's the problem with kids today. And I'm not saying all kids, because I've seen a few, ride ops and a few restraint checkers that, you know what I'm saying, that actually care. There's not many. Most of them there to collect a paycheck. They got a job for the summer. They wanted money. They're going to be going back to school, college, or high school, or whatever. They just want the paycheck. They don't have a passion. They don't care. They don't see a future for them working at a park. So they just, give me the check. I'll do what I got to do, and I'll do the bare minimum to get by. You'll see the ones that truly have a passion, and you can tell when you talk to them and you hang around the parks enough, you'll be able to pick out who's really passionate and who just does not give a crap. And it's a shame. I think for me, if you're working at a park, you should have the passion. That's a fun place. Everybody's laughing and screaming on the rides and having a good time and stuffing their fat face and playing games and going in the water park and whatever. Halloween comes, getting scared and stuff. That's what it's about. But most of these kids don't care. You go to Dollywood, everybody cares, from the guy or the lady picking up the trash to the ones running the park. They all have the passion. They all have a great time. The most friendliest people you're ever going to meet, and you know what I mean? You're going to get that southern charm out of that place. That's what I like. And that's why I hold Dollywood as a very, high on the totem pole of how a park should be. And I wish any park that is watching this listens to what I've just said. Use Dollywood as the example and not what you're doing now. This includes Six Flags, Cedar Fair, all these other companies, small and big. Use Dollywood as the example. Disney's another good example of how things should be done. Universal's not exactly there yet. They're heading there, but I've seen some snotty employees that just don't care. It's not as many as other places, but they still got a little ways to go. But I don't see that type of stuff at Cedar Fair. I don't see it at Six Flags. I don't even see that at Kennywood. I see it at Knoebels. The people that work at Knoebels actually love their job. They're all into it, having a great time, and that's what you need. So that's my little quip on that. Six Flags New England, Joker Coaster, the footers and stuff, foundation's been starting to go in. And this weekend is closing weekend. I'm going Saturday. I'm not going closing day. I'm going to use Sunday to sleep in. I haven't been able to sleep in since like 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to use that Sunday to sleep in. I will disagree with you on that, Daniel, about Carowinds. My experiences when I've been there have not been your experiences. Not even close. I'm not saying they're all not friendly or all friendly, but my experiences have not been the same as yours. And I'm not saying I get that at Six Flags either, because I know you're going to turn this around and go, you're a Six Flags fanboy. And that's just not the case. You always get some You know what I mean? If you go to Dollywood, 95% of the employees are all happy, cheery, even probably a higher percentage. Go to Six Flags, Cedar Point, no. Cedar Fair, no, not at all. It's not that. It might be 40% at both companies, which is pretty sad. Cedar Point, Mean Streak, started work on it. It's been going on for a few weeks now. They've been ripping down track all over the place and getting those steel beams put in place. The iBox track is laying there, waiting to be announced. When RMC is doing something, it's the worst kept secret because the parks take so long to announce it that by the time they announce it, the only thing we're looking for is a name. We know what's coming and what it's exactly going to do. And usually by this time, we find we find out everything. It was like the same thing with Wicked Cyclone. We found out about Texas Giant. We found out about every RMC coaster. We find these things out. It's just how the coaster enthusiasts are. Nobody can keep a secret. Everybody wants to know. It's just everybody wants the information yesterday, not a week from tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And if it's called Steel Streak, that's a horrible name. I hope they do not do that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see Cedar Fair employees more passionate than my experience is I haven't been to every Cedar Fair park. I haven't been to every Six Flags park, but I'm getting there. They're about the same to me, is on the same level. They're not more passionate than the other. They're not. It's just a bunch of kids goofing off, not really caring. It's not who's a Cedar Fair fanboy or a Six Flags fanboy. It's just, how do I put it? It's just how it is when you hire cheap labor. It's nothing against Cedar Fair. It's nothing against Six Flags. It's just how corporate works and what they want and how they do it and da-da-da-da-da. That's just all it is. It's not what company's better than the other. When it comes in terms of their employees, they're both not good. They're not 100%. But I will say that I do know that both companies are working on it. So within 5 to 10 years, I think they'll be a little better. But first, to conquer that, you need to get out of the cheap labor. I know that they're in the business to make money, not give it away. So yes, Mean Streak is going to get an RMC. The trucks have been spotted there. The track is on site. They haven't ripped it all down. They've been just ripping some stuff. Yeah, you get crappy employees anywhere, not just amusement parks. You get crappy employees everywhere. It doesn't matter where you work. But I noticed that the higher percentage of crappy employees in amusement parks are the ones that hire kids. I also think Hurler, and that is on the list of things to do, but Kings of Minions said R.I.P. Hurler for now, and it's going to come back, and I think that's going to get an RMC, which means Carowinds Hurler will get an RMC job as well. That's what I think is going to happen. So, and you know what? Iron Streak, streak in your underwear, whatever you want to call it, it could possibly be better than Wicked Cyclone. I'll hold my judgment for when I go. And I will tell you this about it. And if it ends up being better than Wicked, you just have this thing against Six Flags so bad. I don't understand what it is. Who cares? The only benefit to Cedar Point opening an RMC code, it's just another awesome ride to be open. That's all it is. I don't care who opens it. Eventually I'm going to ride it. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? No, Hurler or Carowinds will eventually get a RMC job. It's going to. I don't know how you know it's going to be better. I mean, it very well could be better, but right now, as it stands, I think Wicked Cyclone is the best RMC that's out there that I've ridden. I still have a few to ride, but not many more. I got the one in Mexico, the one in Kentucky Kingdom, the one out in Cali. I think that's it. I think I got 3 more to ride. Plus whatever. I doubt I'm going to poop my pants. So, we'll see. Geauga Lake, the Big Dipper has finally been demolished. That's all gone. Goodbye. See you later. And Disney Animal Kingdom. The only reason why I mention this is, I mean, we've been hearing a lot of things about Avatar Land, but this thing kind of like made me go, ooh, I want to check it out. Yeah, Goliath at Six Flags Great America right now I think is the weakest of the ones that I've ridden. Well, there's 2 out in Cali I got to ride. But I've ridden Texas Giant. I've ridden Goliath. I've ridden Wicked Cyclone. I feel like I've ridden one more. Maybe I haven't. But I feel like I've ridden one more. The only troll we have this evening is Daniel Campbell. He just likes to bust chops because he's a total Carowinds fanboy. Total. And no matter what you say about Six Flags, it could be the best thing ever. He just trashes it. And I'm kind of like, you know, I side more with Six Flags than I do Cedar Fair, but, you know, to me, Cedar Fair hasn't impressed me enough, you know, with the higher. I mean, I like Six Flags for being cheaper, and for me, I can get to more Six Flags in an area, you know. My tune might have changed if Cedar Fair had a park up my way, but they don't. The closest one to me is Dorney Park. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm not going to buy a platinum pass to go to Dorney Park. Everything else is so far out of the way, but I can go to Six Flags New England, Great Escape, Great Adventure, all within reasonable time. So I have 3 versus 1. That's why I prefer Six Flags for myself. That's me. It's cheaper and there's more around. Now, I'm not saying Cedar Fair is crap, because I love King's Dominion. I like going to Dorney Park. I love Kings Island. I love Kings Island more than Cedar Point. But I know I'm in a minority. People think I'm like crazy, but you know. Anyway, like I was saying about Disney Animal Kingdom, about the Avatar Land. Now, look, everybody's entitled to their opinion. It doesn't matter if he's acting like crap or whatever. But you know what? It doesn't matter if he's a troll, he's not a troll. You're allowed your opinion, even if that's what his true opinion, and he's allowed to say it. We can't be on here trashing him for his opinion. I mean, I bust his chops, you know, because I like Six Flags, he likes Cedar Fair. That's okay. You guys might hate both of these, and you go, I like Dollywood, or I like Lake Compounds, or I like Legoland. I don't know. Now, Tom was horrible, and that other kid was really bad too. So anyway, Animal Kingdom. Bob Iger, CEO of Disney. He was talking about the new Avatar Flight of Passage ride, which is going to be just like Soarin', but different. He had said that the seats that you're going to be on for this ride are going to be like riding this Banshee Beast thing. You're going to be able to feel it breathing between your legs. You're going to feel the warmth of the skin between your legs. It's going to simulate like you're really flying this thing, and you're going to wear like 3D goggles or glasses. And they said it's really lifelike. Ooh. So that kind of excited me a little bit about Avatar Lake, because there's not really been much totally announced, you know what I mean, about these rides. So, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, about, what other people think about it, because Avatar was a hit movie when it came out. There hasn't been any new movies yet. But they are working on like 4 more movies. So, but I really think that, if it's cool and they actually stick to what they're talking about for technology wise, it'll be totally mind blowing, tech advancement, the whole crazy shebang and all that. It'll be really cool. But anyway, so that's enough of the news. So let's get into this so then we can show the video. So the whole point of the trip was to take a cruise, and then we just added a few days to go do some extra stuff. And in this video, you're going to see all this extra stuff. We went to SeaWorld, we went to Busch Gardens, and we went to Kennedy Space Center, and we went to Fun Spot Orlando. You're going to see all different kinds of stuff. I actually made the video today. I spent 2.5 hours making it. I'm sure I screwed up somewhere, but I hadn't had time until today to make it. We left 2 Wednesdays ago, and all the fun. If you were following Facebook, you saw all the pictures, any live videos on my feed. I tried to do some on the Grove, and I did some on SFNE Online, so you can see that stuff. Now, what you're going to see, if you missed the belly flop video, I took 2nd place in it. I cut the video down big time on this because that video is like 23 minutes long itself. So I just cut out introduction of myself, the first splash, the second splash, and us winning and jumping together and all this other stuff. I cut everything else out. So you can laugh at that. That was funny. There's all kinds of video. There's stuff about a real astronaut that we had met, and we went to a Q&A and listened to from Kennedy Space Center. He was actually one of the first pilots on the Challenger. Obviously, he wasn't on the Challenger when it blew up. There's also, I didn't note it in the video, but I'm going to let you, so listen to me now. You're going to see these plaques, like it looks like something in a, like a big frame, and it's got like personal items and stuff in it. It's those are actually for each person that was on the Challenger that died. There's actually a piece of the Challenger you'll see in the video. There's also a piece of the window frames of the Columbia when it blew up. They had another side to it, but I didn't really pay attention to it when it happened. More like the Challenger, because when I was a kid, we were watching it in elementary school. No, there is no video about Doc on the trampoline. There's going to be video of, God, I don't even remember, stuff in SeaWorld, stuff on the cruise. You'll see the islands. And when I come back, I'll tell you what I thought about Cobra's Curse. I'll tell you what I thought about Mako. I'll tell you what I think about, what I thought about the trip overall. But I just wanted to kind of briefly just go over a few things so that you could, see what it is, and then I want to tell you, what I thought about it, because I got some really great thoughts on Mako and Cobra's Curse and the trip in general. So let me pull this up. You can watch it, talk amongst yourself, and then you guys can let me know what you think of the video. So here we go. Check it out.
25 seconds and counting. First stage of oxygen tank has been pressurized and the pressure is still building up. Coming up in 90 seconds, Mark, T-minus 90 seconds and counting. The Apollo 8 crew standing rise, spacecraft commander Frank Warner, Jim Miller, Bill Andrews. We now report that the liquid hydrogen tank in the third stage is pressurized. 1 minute 15 seconds. All third stage propellants pressurized at this time as we come up on the 60-second mark on the flight to the moon. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. The vehicle now is completely pressurized. Power transfer shortly. We have the power transfer. We're now on the flight batteries within the launch vehicle. Final reports coming from Frank Borman at this time. Final look at the statistical work of the spacecraft. 20 seconds, all aspects. We are still in goal at this time. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9,
Apollo 8 successfully orbited the moon, and the astronauts returned safely to the Earth. I know. I'm Jim Lovell, and I was one of the crew of this spacecraft, Apollo 8. We were the first men to see the surface of the moon from just a few miles away. But it was the hundreds of thousands of men and women who worked in that team, and the millions of people who supported the mission that really made it possible. That way, I guess, we all went to the moon. Now, on the other side of those doors, you'll find an actual Saturn V moon body. It's still the most powerful, the most complex machine ever built. And I guess it's the only one that can take you to another planet. I actually got to fly one on a second flight to the moon called Apollo 13. But that's another story.
I would rise off the floor and I would go to the ceiling. I could do a couple of somersaults on the roof. I have to stop myself. I could sleep up here on the ceiling. My Canadian friend would be like to sleep in the middle of the room. Just cross his arms, the middle of midday, and he would float from one wall to the other wall. His head would hit very gently over here, stopping him. Slowed in the other direction. About an hour and a half later, his feet would hit over here, stopping him. So he made about 4 trips across the mid-deck for 8 hours sleeping through. It's just difficult to explain what it feels like to be weightlessness for several days in a row. We don't wear shoes, we just wear socks. Most of the time shorts and a t-shirt and socks. If you don't need shoes, you're not walking. Your feet very rarely touch anything unless you're bumping off the wall and hit to that way or something like that. So it's living and working in weightlessness is a magical thing.
Okay, right here.
What was it like when you first saw the Earth from space, and did it change the way that you feel about the Earth?
It certainly did. I had the first Australian on board, and I love to tell the story of about 45 minutes after takeoff, we're on the other side of the Earth. As a pilot, I'm sitting up front for the 45 minutes, safing everything, turning off all the launch equipment and instruments and gadgets and stuff. And after about 45 minutes, we're through up front. And the guys before me that flew said, just take your seatbelt loose, push on the side of your chair with your fingers, and you'll come up out of your chair. If you do it just right, by pushing just like this, you'll come up and do a somersault over your chair, over your seat. You can't do that in an airliner, right? You can try it, but you ain't gonna do it. So I did that. Went over my seat, ended up in the back. Right around. My next job is to open the payload bay doors. Obviously, they're closed for launch and landing. So when I was set up in equipment, hit the button in the middle, the doors started opening. It wasn't until I got about 6 inches open, I realized I'm looking at Earth from space. This thing I always dreamed about all my life, and finally I'm getting to see Earth from space, and beside me was Paul Scully Power, the first guy from Australia to fly in space. As the doors got open, we're over Australia!
Hey, Jeremy. Wave. No?
From Rhode Island, coming in at 290 pounds, let's hear it for Joshua. Last but not least, Joshua from Rhode Island. Oh my God, shut the music off, his shorts are falling down. We need to keep this family rated. Oh, I thought you were Ken there for a minute. Well done. All right, you know what to do, right? Get some height, up, out, flat, hit it, looking for...
Come on, Josh, do it.
All right, he's gonna try. I like it. Here we go. Count them down with a 3. Not bad. Not a lot of height in those rocket boosters, but good form. Judges, scores. Oh, 4s and 5s. 4s over here, a whole lot of 4s right here. 3s, 4s, bunch of 4 over here. We got 4s and 5s, 3, 4, and a 5. A lot more 3s over here. 3s and 4s, 3s, 4s. Couple 4s over here. 3, 4, and a 5. Bunch 3 and a 4 and a 5. Good score. Take out the highs, take out the lows. We're gonna give them a score of a 4.01774. Exactly, DJ. That's not exactly dramatic. Round number 2 is called One Thing and One Thing Only. Oh, that's a step. Round number 2 is called Pain. Basically, it's your pain for our pleasure. We're gonna hike you up an extra 3 feet above the pool. You're gonna get up, you're gonna get out, you're gonna get flat. You're gonna hit the water with some speed. You wanna win this competition, you need to have a red belly. You need to have bruised nipples. Just right now in second place, Josh from Rhode Island. All right. If you fall off, I'm gonna try and catch you. I'll try. I won't catch you. I'll just try. Okay. So you're in second place. So you can win it still. It's all about the technique. Arms out, flat, pow. Gotta hit it, all right? It's a big deal. You win this competition, you get to go to the front of the line at any buffet for the rest of the cruise, so. Yeah. And as always, up. Thank you. Perfect. All right. In the middle, your butt's kind of eating them now. There you go. It's getting a little weird back here. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Count them down with a 3. 2, 1, 5. That was pretty good. That one sounded bad. Judges, watch the big screen. Look at this. He gets some serious height too, extends, and he just holds it the whole way. Pow! Judges scores. Oh, they like it. Whole lot of 5s over here, a couple 4s, mostly 5s. All 5s over here, a couple 4s, all 5s. 4s and 5s, bunch of 4s. Ooh, he's putting the pressure on. 4s, 5s, I'm not seeing any but 5s over here, a bunch of 4 and a bunch of 5s. Take out the highs, take out the lows. He's taking home a score of a 4.7439. You can hold hands. I was just kidding. All right. Cameras ready. Gentlemen ready. Kids, run away. You ever seen the movie Shall How? We might lose a couple of you right now. All right, here we go for the last time. Count them down with a 3. Give the boys a big round of applause. Well done, gentlemen. Like I said, we got prizes for each one of you. Come on up here. We got medals for first, second, and third. So, let's meet our champions. All right. Right now, coming in third place, with a combined score of an 8.031, all the way from Maryland. Let's hear it for Austin. Next up, Austin, don't stand next to me. Next up, with a combined score of an 8.7, all the way from Rhode Island. Let's hear it for Josh. No surprise here, bringing the thunder with a combined score of a 9.1. Your champion all the way from West Virginia. Let's hear it for Chris. Start till I say so.
Wait a minute! No. I'm the king around here. The party won't start until I say so. Okay, hit it! Coming through! Oh, yes! Coming through! Clear the way! Wonderful! Clear the way! Down to the side, ladies. Hey, down to the side, ladies.
So there you have it. There was the long ass video, but still, that was not everything on the trip, but just enough to go, wow, look at that. That was neat, or that sucked, or whatever. But let me get into. I'm going to start out with Mako because we went to SeaWorld first, and Daniel thinks I'm going to say it sucks, and hell no, I don't. A miracle had happened on this trip. A miracle happened. My fat ass actually floated. Everybody that was riding said it was better. Well, except my kids. My kids don't count because they've never ridden Fury. They haven't been to Carowinds yet. But we all agreed that it was better than Fury. While Dave says, well, Fury's still fun, but Mako was better. You know, I thought Mako was better. Luco thought Mako was better. Jody thought Mako was better. Everybody thought it was better. It just there's a ton of airtime on it. Now, is there all different kinds of elements? No, but at least I came out of the seat. And it was fun. I liked it. It was fun. We rode it a bunch of times. I had a lot of fun on it. It was great. And I'll leave it at that. So if you ever get to SeaWorld down in Orlando, go check out Mako. It is definitely awesome. Plus you got Manta, and you got Kraken, and you got, well, even though Journey to Atlantis technically isn't a coaster, but you can still count it as a coaster credit because of the little coaster track section. So Mako's awesome. Great addition. It's awesome. Yes, Mako is that good to me. I mean, now, I know you love Fury. I know you love Fury there, Mr. Daniel, but I will say, for me, no. This Mako was way better than... And you know my beef about why I think Fury is overrated like Millennium Force. It's another overrated coaster, but Mako was really good. I really loved it. It didn't have all the elements in a coaster that I like, but it was just a pure airtime machine. It was great. And the floater air to eject the air out of it was amazing. It gave me everything I wanted. It was an awesome coaster. I really loved it. So, restraints-wise and stuff, yes, but way better than Nitro. Luco put it that it was how Nitro ran when it first opened. When Nitro first opened. So, but besides that, so, we did SeaWorld. They had got a thing where you can pet some sharks, which is cool. Little, like little baby crappy sharks that aren't going to eat your hands off. What do you think's better than Wicked Cyclone? If you think Fury's better than Wicked Cyclone, I can't agree with that. I cannot agree with that. But anyway, so the following day we went to Busch Gardens in Tampa, and we made our way right to Cobra's Curse. I mean, we couldn't have had it better any time. You know what I mean? Like, the days that we went to SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, it was dead. I mean, it was people, but it wasn't like the lines weren't long. So it was great. So in any case, so we rode Cobra's Curse. Now, we first get on it and it's going, I'm like, oh, this kind of sucks. And then we're going up another lift hill, and then we get to this point, and then there's a voice that's like, oh, now spin and face me, and then you start going backwards. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then it gets to another spot, and then it just starts spinning like crazy. It's two cars attached, and you can high five each other going by. It's pretty cool. What do you call it? But the elevator lift on Cobra's Curse was actually fascinating because it's two lifts. One to go to the top, one to come to the bottom to load it, and then keeps going back and forth. But the thing that kind of blew my mind about it is, as you're going up, you move to the right so that the other one can come down, and then after you get so far ahead, it moves to the left and sets up with the track to go down. Theming is awesome. Q-Line is awesome. It's got a lot of cool theming to it. It is a great ride. It has a loading station that's just like rip ride rocket with the conveyor belt walking on it, and it just continuous loading. It is really cool. So Luco Mind Eraser is better than Millennium Force. I like that. But yeah, so Cobra's Curse was something different. I wish Six Flags New England could have got that over Gotham City Gauntlet. That would have been really cool. But I mean, it wouldn't have fit the footprint because it's not small and compact like a spinning coaster. It's spread out a little bit. Smallish footprint, but it was still good. I really liked it. We rode it again later in the day. But of course, even at Busch Gardens, you still have Cheetah Hunt, you have Montu, you have Kumba. I mean, you got Sheikra. They just got some awesome rides there. So it's like, we went and fed the kangaroos, as you saw. We went walking around, eating food, doing our thing. Falcon's Fury again, the great drop tower. I think it's my favorite drop tower out there. I am a Wicked Cyclone, especially after that belly flop contest. And if you looked at the video, I don't know how much of it I showed with the belly flop contest. They gave everybody who participated this hat, and then they gave first, second, and third place medal. I took second place. I thought it was a riot. I didn't even think I could do it because when they were announcing it days before, they were going, we need people from 100 to 150 pounds and then 300 to 350 pounds. And then that's all they were asking for. But when I got there that day, like right before sign-up, they're like, we need people 150, 100 to 150, 2 to 250, 250 to 3, up to 400. And then I go there and they're like, how much you weigh? I'm like, 230 pounds. And they're like, well, you can't. You got to be 290 pounds because we already got somebody close to your weight. So I had to look like an extra fat ass than I really am. And surprisingly, I didn't gain or lose a pound on the street. Not one. I came home, I weighed myself the next morning, and I was 230 pounds, exactly on the dot. I was kind of pissed. I was a little pissed. We walked miles and miles, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. Because Dave and Jody have the Fitbits, and they were tracking their steps and tracking how many miles they were walking. So we walked a lot. Especially when we go to St. Thomas and St. Martin. I gotta say though, I really didn't care for St. Thomas. I don't know if it was because there wasn't that many people. There's only one shipping port, which was Oz. So maybe that kind of like dampened the experience down. It wasn't really anything spectacular. It just didn't like wow me. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't wowing me. And then I got to St. Martin, totally different feeling. You know what I mean? We went to the beach. We went shopping. We were chilling. It was a great experience. I'm like, I can't wait to go back because in February I go back to St. Martin. It was awesome. So I don't know. Yeah, we're all a bunch of immature people. We like to do that stuff. But the trip was awesome. The cruise was an awesome highlight. We couldn't go to Bahamas because the remnants of Hurricane Nicole made the waters rough. They had to tend the boats, and they couldn't do it. The seas were rough, so we missed the Bahamas. But besides that, my highlight besides the cruise was definitely Kennedy Space Center. I learned a lot. I saw a lot. It was really fascinating. If you have never been, you got to go, especially if you're into all that space stuff. Like I showed you the video, they were doing a mock-up in the control center with the video of, launching a shuttle back in the 60s, 50s. All that stuff. It's just to do all that, you're seeing Saturn V rockets and seeing stuff from the moon landing and all that. And you see the little thing I touched, a little triangle black thing, there's a piece of the moon. I touched the moon. You get to meet an astronaut. You can, and then you get to see the Atlanta space shuttle that they retired. They put that there. That's the actual shuttle that flew in space. You can't touch it or get in it, but you get to see it up close, which is cool. The closest that you or I would ever see it. It was definitely breathtaking to take that in. They had other tours that you could have done, but they weren't running. I guess probably with the hurricane that had just hit them days before, that things were messed up. No, but they are going to start doing manned lifts-offs again. When you talk with, the people at NASA, Kennedy Space Center, whatever you want to call it, from what they're telling us, when you do, there's a bus tour that's included, and it takes you to where the Saturn V and all the moon landing stuff, the moon missions and stuff. When you're on the bus and you look, they have that big giant building. There's a picture of it. That's where they build the rockets. It's like 30 stories high. The doors open, and they bring the rockets out to the launch pad. But I didn't take any pictures of it, and I should have. Was it SpaceX or whatever, the Tesla people building? They're working on the what do you call it? The rocket, the spaceships to go up. They're making new spaceships. And also Boeing is in on it, and they are getting, They're getting ready to launch stuff again. They're going to be doing it slowly, but they're actually going to be putting somebody back on the moon again because they're getting in preparations to go to Mars. So, it was really fascinating to be there. Technically, it's a one-story building, but it's 30 stories, whatever. So it was really, really like fascinating. If you're into science and space and all that, it was really awesome. Definitely something that you should check out. I know some people are like, that stuff, I don't want to, whatever. It was cool. Even the kids liked it. So is what it is. But it's always fun to go to SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, and we skipped Universal. We didn't do any Disney. Even we went to downtown Disney for like a half hour trying to find something to eat, but the lines were ridiculous, so we left. So like I said, overall trip was awesome. We have another cruise coming up in February, then I have another one coming up in December of 2017. Now, here's the thing. Next week is the season finale of the Grove Show. As soon as that's over, myself, Luco, and Dave are going to get back on track, back on work to bring the Grove Show into 2017 into a bigger show. But just because the Grove Show goes off the air does not mean there will be nothing coming out of us. Don't think that. We will still be going to parks. We're still going to be doing events and stuff. And we're still going to go. You're just going to have to pay attention because we're going to go live. Facebook Live, or off season, we're going to post videos on YouTube. Something I want to do. We're going to come with a whole new platform. The show is going to be different. Yes, you'll still see Roller Coaster Tycoon. But we're getting... you will still see Roller Coaster Tycoon pinball machine there. But we're going to come with new programs, no more watermarks. We are actually going to kick it into high gear. But we need all this extra time to get everything done. This time, we're really going to make a new intro. This time, we're going to do all kinds of different things, for real this time. No Splash Mountain. We used to have a website, but nobody was going to it. Nobody. People, I would post a link and they would just watch the show on the link. Nobody would go to the site. We used to pimp that site all the time. Nobody cared, so we just stopped and we got rid of the site. Why have an expense that nobody's going to? The whole thing here is, people watch it on Facebook. They go to YouTube to watch it. And that's all we need. With the way technology is running today, for those that were watching while we were on the trip, I was Facebook Living it on the cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. Or I was, whatever I was doing, wherever I was, wherever I had signal that I could, I was going live. At the parks, on the cruise ship, whatever I could do. And that's what I was doing. And people were yelling at me, hey, you should be enjoying the cruise. I was enjoying the cruise. I was either smoking a cigarette or chilling out having a drink, enjoying, they had, like you saw, the street parties, the parades and stuff. Yes, Grove Show has a Facebook. We do have a Facebook page. I'll tell you what the link is. Hang on one sec. I'll tell you what the link is. Oh wait, that's the wrong link. That's SFNE Online. It's SFNE Online The Grove. That's what the Grove Shows is. I'll post the link. I don't know if it'll let me. The next Grove Show is either February or March. It all depends on when Nor'easter is. That's what I go by. I hear Nor'easter is going to be February. I also hear it's March. I don't know what it is yet. But that link right there, you can... that's the... I mean, realistically, SFNE Online and the Grove Show are one thing. It was just instead of like spamming the hell out of SFNE Online, which doesn't matter, instead of Grove Show, Grove Show, Grove Show, Grove Show, Grove Show, Grove Show. I think the vid is off. It shouldn't be off. It's on. Video's on. We're good. Yeah, myself, AJ, and Zach run SFNE Online. I take care of the Grove Show. I barely go on the forums anymore. I feel the forums are a dead platform. People love them, so it is what it is. Somebody needs to make a YouTube poop from this video. Can you get room updates? Room updates about what? That I don't know what you're talking about. So, yes, we're going to be gone for, November, December, January. Probably come back right after the cruise in February. But don't worry, we're going to be doing Christmas, Christmas time at parks and stuff, and just whenever we feel like going, just posting a YouTube video. I need to do that more often. I'm going to have Luco help me with that, motivate me more. I mean, Luco and Dave have a lot of passion behind the show, and they want to see the show get bigger and bigger like I do. It's just, with everything in life going on between pinball, kids, working, girlfriend, you got to balance. You have to balance life, and it gets tough to continuously do stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? So we will be doing different, updates on things. Just like I said, just because we're not doing the show doesn't mean we're dead. We're still going to be posting stuff. We're still going to be doing stuff. It's just we need to take this time. I'm tired of doing the show the way that it is, and it needs to get better and bigger and better. That's what it needs to do. And I need to focus on a better platform. Because myself and Dave and Luca were always talking about, whoa, we can do this, and we can do that, and we can do this, and this would be good, and this doesn't work. So we'll see what happens as it goes on. But next, don't forget, this weekend is the last weekend for most amusement parks. Once Sunday comes and goes, most of the parks are going to shut down until they reopen. Everybody needs another cruise. That's for damn sure. Everybody needs a cruise in their life. All the food, here's a funny story. They have a buffet and they have a main dining hall included with your cruise. And you can eat at whatever time, breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can skip the main dining hall. You don't ever have to eat there if you don't want to. You could get a pinball cruise if you have the self-leveling, because they have self-leveling pool tables. And the cruise that I'm going on in February has self-leveling pool tables, so they should be able to make self-leveling pinball machines. Because they do a train ride playing pinball. I've seen that. Like last year they did that. So that's just as bad as a cruise ship. So I don't know how it will work, but I don't know. But anyway, why am I going to take your wife and kids on a cruise? Why am I going to do that? That's expensive. Anyway, so the funniest story was the main dining room. It's all fancy fancy little meals. This fat guy, leaves hungry. But then again, I'm not into all that fancy food. I kept saying I'm too much of a scumbag to be that sophisticated. I'm not a main dining room kind of person. I don't like getting dressed up. I clean up very nicely, but I don't like getting dressed up. That's not me. I hate suits, dressing up. I like this. Pants and a t-shirt, shorts and a shirt. So, but anyway, the main point of the story is you have a waiter and you have an assistant waiter. They're always going to remember your name because you have them every time you go in that dining hall. Whenever you pick your dining, that's what you get. That's who you get, which is fine. But here's the thing that had me laughing. If you go to the buffet during the day for lunch, well, the assistant waiter was working at the buffet, with the tables and stuff. And she saw us, and she was coming to talk to us and hanging out and stuff. Well, all of you that know Jeremy, my little one, well, he's not so little, but he's my youngest, he somehow gets her to walk a few hundred feet. It's like a good 5-minute walk to go get where they have free soft serve ice cream. And she put it in a bowl. She did this like 3 times for him. When he was eating his steak, she cut his steak. But I mean, if you had like lobster tails, they offered to cut your steak, your lobster tails and stuff. It was funny, but I'm not really a suit guy. I bought a new suit for the cruise. I hate dressing up. I really would love to skip the main dining hall altogether. I'll be honest, I hate it. It's a waste. It takes 2 hours to eat. And they will not, they start taking orders from the kids, the ladies, and then the guys. And then you get your appetizer. And you don't get your meal until everybody finishes their appetizer. Then you don't even get a menu for dessert until everybody finishes the meal. And the kid, I got mad, like the last time, I'm like, you're done. I said to Jeremy, you're done, that's good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I told Jeremy, you're done. Because we were all waiting on him. And I'm like, I want to get the hell out of here. I mean, 8 o'clock dining time is really bad. I will not do one anytime after 6 ever again. My dining time, 6 p.m. Because the cruise comes to life at 7. And I like, there's all different kinds of shows. And there's all kinds of parties and all things going on. I'm thinking the next cruise, skipping the main dining hall and just eating at the buffet. I really don't care. I'll be honest. I don't like the food. I don't like the desserts. All I like is the Caesar salad. I can go get that in the buffet. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not going to be a rude jerk and be like, hurry up, I want to get the hell out of here. First of all, no dinner. No dinner should take 2 hours. I don't care where you're eating. I want to chew and screw, get out, and go do my thing. I want to play. I want to hang. I do not want to be sitting there dressed in a suit or chilling there when I'm not in a suit eating food that I don't want to eat. Yeah, kids don't have... I mean, they were all right. They were like chit-chatting and eating and whatever. But to take 2 hours for a dinner blew my mind. I was missing shows. I was losing pool time. I'm all set with the main dining hall. I don't care if I ever set foot in it again. I think the main dining hall, honest opinion, sucks. I know why they have it, and I know what they do. People go on vacation. They want to be handed on, handed on left and right, and people want to feel fancy. That's not for me. The buffet is for me all day. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, I don't... I mean, I've never been on a Carnival. I've only been on 2 cruises, and I went on Royal. But they all have that stupid dining hall. I just want a buffet. I want to chill out. I want to have my drinks. I want to hang with my friends. I want to go in the pool. I don't want to be sitting eating this stupid stuff. Yeah, I'm not missing nothing. I'd rather go to the buffet. Now with main dining. You know what? I'm taking a stand. No more main dining room. I'm not even bringing my suit on the next cruise. Or the one after that. I'll come back to the main dining hall like on my 5th or 6th cruise. I need a break from the main dining room. I'm all set with that. Whoever I'm with can go eat in the main dining room. You will find me in the buffet. See, I'm fine with eating buffet, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Totally fine with it. I'm not spending 2 hours eating in the main dining hall. I'm going to bring that up. I am not. No way, ever again, spending 2 hours in that dining hall. I'll get up and leave. Yeah, but the specialty restaurants are the same thing, too. All that fancy stuff. I want quick. I don't want 2 hours. I want to get what I want. Get out. That's it. There's too much to be doing to be sitting there for 2 hours. I'm all set with main dining room. All set. I don't need it. I don't want it. Don't need it. Don't care about it. I'm missing too much on the cruise by sitting in the dining hall. I was getting pissed. Ask Luco. I'm like, I'm so sick of this dining hall. 2 hours. It's like an hour and 45 minutes for dinner. I'm like, I'm all set. Like, you shouldn't even spend an hour. I should be ordered, ate, and out within an hour. Yeah, I would never eat for 5 or 6 hours. That would never happen. I don't need fancy food. I don't need it. No, I don't want to be treated like royalty. What the hell do I care? I mean, look at me now. I'm just sitting in a Royal Caribbean shirt and a pair of khakis with sneakers on. Like, I'm like ready to chill out, not, you know, I hate Krispy Kreme. That stuff, disgusting. I hate Krispy Kreme. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't deal with that main dining hall thing. I hate that. There's so much stuff going on. Because think about it. If I eat at 6, I'm done by 8. I'm already missing stuff. I should be eating at 4 o'clock like an old person for dinner. 5 o'clock. Maybe that's what we should do. Eat at 5 o'clock. So by the time 7 o'clock rolls around, I'm ready to partay. I mean, it ain't my fault that people don't want to partay with me. I want to partay with them. I want to partay with everybody. But people like want to stay in their rooms, or they got like things they want to do. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be at the pool. I want to go see a show. I want to go to a club if there has one. I want to go ride rides if they got them, or do whatever. Hey, the food at the buffet is just as good as the food that's what do you call it? In the main dining hall. If you get a steak there, it's the same. It's the same food. The food's being made at the buffet and brought up. That's all. It's the same food. There is no. I don't really eat a lot of fried food, surprisingly. You would look at me and go, oh, all he does is eat KFC and French fries and mozzarella sticks and stuff like that. That's just not how I eat all the time, surprisingly. That's just not how it is. But my main gripe is the dining hall. I missed so much on this cruise that I just got pissed. Surprisingly, I do not get acid reflux. Surprisingly. But yeah, it's I don't know. Luke always likes, I don't need to socialize while I'm eating. When I'm eating, I shovel it in my mouth, I get out and I go socialize. That's what that's about. If I want to socialize, I do it everywhere. When I eat, I just want to eat. I don't want to talk. I don't care what you have to say. I just want to eat. Yeah, all the food on the cruise ships come from the same spot. There's nothing different. It's all the same quality food. It's all the same food. So it doesn't matter where you eat. Oh no, I enjoy because I don't like the dining hall. That doesn't mean I shouldn't go on a cruise. I don't want to go on a cruise. I want to go on a cruise. I don't want to go on a dining hall. I want to chew and screw. Gotta shovel it in there. I don't want to sit there and talk to people when I'm eating. I just want to eat my food and be done. Because if not, it takes 2 hours. No, actually, I'm on a diet, so there is no burger for me tonight. I actually eat tuna fish. Yep, the good old Doc is working on losing 30 pounds by the time I go on a cruise in February. Gonna be tough. Gym starts on Monday. We'll see how I make out. All week I've been eating fruit. I've been eating good. No fast food. None of that crap. No soda whatsoever. Nothing. I've actually been doing good this week. You owe the wait staff tipping on the cruise. I'm cheap. I tip, but I'm cheap. Actually, I prepaid tipping before I prepaid the gratuities beforehand, and that gets split between everybody. So technically, even if I didn't go to dining, I paid anyway. So that's what I think about that. Even though this is the first beer since I've been back. But anyway, we're going to get going. Next week, I know we're going to be talking about closing weekend at Six Flags New England and whatever's going on, upcoming events. Ace events that are coming up, and I'm going to try and figure out which events we're going to be doing for Christmas time. If not, if I don't know by next week, we will be still posting stuff, and I'm still going to be trying to go live and stuff like that. Yep, lots of vegetables in the buffet and the main dining hall. There's lots of desserts, lots of food. You don't go hungry. Even though when I leave the main dining hall, I leave hungry because I can't. The way that they make the meat, the way that they prepare the meals, and the little tiny little portions are too small for this fat guy. Yes, cabin staff is tip too. No, I'd rather skip the fancy food. And, I mean, I'm not totally against vegetables. Mashed potatoes a vegetable. Corn's a vegetable. I'm telling you, man. There's, like, I don't like the green one. I don't like Brussels sprouts. I don't like asparagus. What are the broccoli, the little, I don't like the little bushes, I don't eat that stuff. Hey, give me a fancy buffet as long as I'm in and out. The whole thing is, the main dining hall is wasting my time. That's the whole thing. It's wasting my time. Because most of the people that we go with don't like to go late night shows and stuff. After dinner, they go to bed, or they're chilling in their room watching TV, or they're chilling on the balcony in their rooms, or whatever they're doing. And by all means, everybody's entitled to do whatever they want to do. But that's not me. I don't go back to my room till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Anywhere between 1 and 3, depending on the night. Every single night. I don't eat tomatoes. I don't like the consistency of them when I'm chewing on them. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? Mac and cheese and a bread cone's good. I mean, I had amazing food in the buffet. Like, the food in the buffet blows anything Golden Corral, Fire and Ice, any Ace event away. This food is phenomenal. It's like going to like a real awesome restaurant and having unlimited quantities of the awesome restaurant. So, no, it's not the food comes out terrible. I just don't want to spend 2 hours in the main dining hall. And a lot of the shit, I can't eat shellfish. I'm allergic to it. So they have seafood night. I'm screwed. You know what I mean? And when I come back from the islands, I don't want to run around and hurry up and shower and go get in a suit or whatever for main dining hall. I just want to go eat in a buffet, go chill out, get my second win, have my drinks, go in the pool, go watch an adult comedy show, or go find some live music or something. You know. That's what I want to do. I don't want to sit in the dining room. A waste of time. I could care less about the dining room. That's just my honest opinion. Cheesecake Factory has a buffet. When I do live streams, I do it on Facebook Live, either on SFNE Online's Facebook, my personal Facebook, or the Grove Show's Facebook. That's usually when I do it. That creme brulee was disgusting. When I had it in January, that was disgusting. I should have tried the baked Alaska again. I think the one that I got the last time was just like freezer burn and crappy, and I probably could have got a different one. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just don't like sitting there for 2 hours eating. There's no need for it. We barely even talked when we were at the table anyway. All we did was listen to Dave and my dad talk about politics. That's all we did. I mean, they enjoyed talking about politics the whole time. Not really, I didn't, you know. It is what it is. I had the baked Alaska in January, and it was crappy. Like, it was just like burnt, like freezer burned, and it tasted horrible. I mean, maybe that's supposed to be, isn't it? People like freezer burned, shitty ice cream. I don't know. No, I didn't eat any poop this time. Maybe next time I will. You know, like I said, I'm too much of a scumbag to be that sophisticated. I don't want to dress up in a suit. I don't want to... I'll keep saying this from now until every other crew. I don't want to sit for 2 hours. I don't want to wear a suit. I just want to eat my food and go play. That's it. That's all I want to do. And that may upset people that I'm going with, but the reality... Really, if I go to the main dining hall, it's to appease the group, not because I want to, because I don't. And I will not, if they say 8 o'clock dinner time, I'll be like, see you later, I'm in the buffet, have fun. I can't eat, they have clam chowder, but I can't eat it. It's a shellfish. Unfortunately. I mean, I won't die from eating it, but I'll get sick. And, you know, like, I've eaten shrimp, and I've eaten crab before, but I've even had clam cakes before, and I've gotten, like, really sick for, like, hours eating it. So I just don't, but, I mean, there's a limit that I can eat before getting sick. I know I sound like a little kid. I know I do, but it's my honest opinion. I hate the I was telling Luco this. I'm like, I hate the dining room. I don't want to sit there for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that. I sound like a little 5-year-old stomping my feet. You know, I don't want to go. I really don't. Like, it really, the dining hall and dressing up in a suit does absolutely zero for me. I don't get excited. I'm not happy about it. I'm actually miserable. It makes me, honestly, it makes me depressed. I'm the type, I don't need to be fancy. I don't need to dress up. I don't need to be in a situation that I don't like. But I'm a team player, and everybody wants to eat at the dining hall, so I go eat at the dining hall, the dining room. I don't want to. You know, people like to eat at 8 o'clock. I don't want to eat at 8 o'clock. I prefer like 4:30 in the afternoon if I could. Actually, I watched, what do you call it, plenty of cartoons, because the damn kids spent more time in the damn room than they did out of it. They have a DreamWorks channel. They're watching How to Train Your Dragon 5,000 times, Shrek, whatever, 7,000 times, Escape from Madagascar 2, 5 million times. Now, for me, when it comes to if you're going to debate between a balcony and having just a window and don't need a balcony, I personally can't do, like, just a window. Like, when I'm in a hotel room, I feel claustrophobic. If I can get a balcony, I don't know what it is mentally about me. I probably have some kind of anxiety or something. Like, I like to every once in a while open the door, go out on the balcony. It's just the fact that I can just like get out of the room. It's something that I really enjoy. So I don't know. You know, I love Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, Flintstones, Jetsons, Captain Caveman. The list goes on and on, man. There was a lot of Scooby-Doo, a lot of awesome cartoons when we were kids. Cartoons for the most part. I mean, besides SpongeBob and South Park, most of the cartoons today suck. But anyway, we're going to get going. Wow, an extra 37 minutes of a show. I know Luca was like happy about this. Luca loves when I go over. But we'll be back next week talking about whatever. Yes, I have been on Space Mountain. Great ride. I love it. But we'll be back next week, same time, same bat channel. Remember, it is the season finale. You're going to have a few months off. But I promise you, when we come back right after the cruise, I'll look for a date for by the time I come back, and then I'll give a date for when we will have a show and what we're going to be doing, because we're also going to be going to East Coaster. So maybe I can, if there's signal, maybe we can broadcast East Coaster. That'd be cool. So anyway, until next week, keep on coasting. I'll see whoever this weekend, and have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great Halloween, and see you next week. Peace out, y'all. Woohoo!
Thank you.